Hi, this is Anna from Just Candle-E, and this is the third time I'm recording this because my computer keeps messing up. Anyway, on a serious note, my girls were talking about the bad men in their life, and I'm going to talk about a good one. My father. Now, this is going to sound like the most depressing story, or whatever, but there will be glimmers of hope that I will share with you when I'm done. Well, it all started about a week after my birthday. This would be the 21st-ish of July of 2010. And my dad went into the doctor with stomach pains. He was trying to push the lawnmower and it just hurt everywhere, all over. And the doctor goes, he's like, if you stop drinking, there's a cyst there. If you stop drinking, it'll go away, you'll be fine. Come back to see me in a month. We did that. He hadn't had a drink that whole month. And it got bigger. And it got worse. And it hurt more. And this doctor, honestly, there's one thing about this story that I'll never get over, and it's how much I hate this doctor. Because he misdiagnosed my father twice. Outside the point. When the doctor for the second time said, that it would be fine if you stopped drinking, blah, 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 blah. My mom wanted a second opinion because she goes, this is bull, and he's obviously not getting better. It's getting worse. So we went to see a doctor that is experienced in pancreatic cancer and knows what he's talking about. He asked him a few questions, took a look at him, and told him, 95% sure you have pancreatic cancer. Obviously, that's a really hard thing to hear. And my dad took it with open arms, and he goes, okay, what do we do about it? And, he kind of got his hopes crushed when the doctor goes, well, there's nothing we can do about it until we test it. So they did a bunch of tests on him, and it turns out he was in stage 4, which means there is nothing you can do about it. But the doctor goes, we're not going to stop until the day that you die. We're not going to stop trying. Which is amazing, and I love that man. And he started him on chemotherapy. That chemotherapy really didn't do much, so he started him on a different chemotherapy that made it less painful and at least made the sickness bearable until, the final outcome. And so, we did that every Wednesday. I went to the cancer center in one of the Cleveland Clinic hospitals, and the doctors and the nurses there were the best people you will ever meet in your life. And so we went, and it was a crazy ride, and I had to basically babysit him because there was 58 pills he had to take a day, and some of them he had to eat with, some of them had to be in between meals, some of them you couldn't have anything in your system when you took them. Like, it was crazy. And I watched over him like he was a baby, he was a child, and he wasn't, but one day he did go in the kitchen and grab a bowl and put every single leftover in the microwave, or in the refrigerator, into this bowl and started eating it. It was probably the grossest thing I've ever seen in my life, but he didn't know what he was doing, and he probably couldn't taste much of it anyway, so whatever. Cleaned it up. And he just took it as it came. He'd do stupid things, and you just laugh about it, because he always told me to have a sense of humor. And that's all you could do is just sit there and laugh about it, because, you'd go crazy if you didn't. And I did go crazy, actually. I was really, really depressed for a while about it, and then I realized I had to be strong for him. Not only him, I had to be strong for my mom, and I had to be strong for myself, because I couldn't walk around crying all the time. I couldn't walk around and be this depressed little child anymore, because it was driving me crazy. Like, me, myself, was driving myself crazy, if that makes any sense. But I seriously, never put yourself through that. Don't think, stupid thoughts that would make you, you know, depressed and sad all the time, because it's not worth it. Life is a lot harder to live when you make yourself like that. You know, and even if it means talking to somebody outside the situation, like seeing a therapist, I had to do that. If it means talking to a friend, if it means talking to your mom, if it means talking to the person who's sick, if it means, you know, even if they're not sick, even if it's somebody who, you know, has a drinking problem, or is abusive, or something. You know, if you have to talk to somebody about it, talk to somebody about it, but don't blame yourself. Don't put all that load on you, because 99.9% of the time it's not your fault. It's never your fault. There's nothing you can do about it. You can't change the person, you can't make them better, you can't do anything. So you have to live with it, and you have to put a big smile on your face and take it as it comes, because there's no other way to deal with it. There's no other healthy way to deal with it. You know, and you'd be surprised what people go through every day of their life and then walk around with a smile on their face. I went to school the day after my dad died with a big smile on my face, because there was nothing I could do about it. And I knew there was nothing I could do about it, and yes, I went home and I sat there and I cried. And that was probably the worst night of my life. But I went home and I cried. And it is healthy to cry. You feel great after you cry, especially with stuff like that. But you can't sit in that little cave of feelings for the rest of your life. Like, you can't just do that to yourself. Like, you have to smile about it. You have to go out there and live your life, because, you know, being depressed, being a sad little child or person, you know, is not the way to live your life. You're not going to go anywhere with that. But I'm going to wrap this up because I'm just ranting now. If you ever need to talk to somebody that's been through it, message this YouTube channel, or, you know, put it in the comments below and, you know, talk it out. I can help you start it off, dear Anna, and, you know, I will help you out. I will do the best that I can to tell you, you know, give advice, and, you know, just always have a sense of humor. Alright, adios.